Breaking news, Gervonta Davis came out shutting down any possibility of him fighting Inoue. Gervonta responded to the post you guys see above by stating, quote, "I'm not fighting him. He's nowhere near my weight. I don't know why this page keep posting shit like this." End of the quote. I agree with Gervonta there. This page and every page need to post Gervonta versus the fighters in and around his weight classes, aka the likes of Devin Haney. But instead of posting Gervonta versus Devin Haney, they over here posting Gervonta versus Inoue. Now, to give them the benefit of the doubt, few months back, Gervonta was asked about fighting Inoue. And when Gervonta was asked about fighting Inoue, Tank said Inoue was too small. But then he followed up by stating he actually likes that fight, the fight between him and Inoue, which in a way Tank left the door open for talks to begin about the dream fight between him and Inoue. Remember, when Tank said Inoue was too small, Tank did not follow up by stating, due to that, the fight will never happen. However, instead, Gervonta gave hope by stating, I actually like that fight though. So I can see why people are entertaining that fight, despite the fact Inoue just moved up to 122 pounds. He became undisputed, and they still, him and Tank, are 3 divisions apart. Now, what's interesting, Gervonta was asked on that same interview about Devin Haney twice. And both times, Gervonta completely shut both of the questions down. Tank didn't want to hear, nor did he respond to any of the questions. Which, that's a bad look if you ask me, regardless of how you put it. Gervonta said he didn't want to answer the Devin Haney questions because he wasn't fighting Devin Haney, and he didn't want to give Devin Haney any clout. However, ironically, Gervonta answered everyone else's questions about Teofimo Lopez, Josh Taylor. It didn't matter who they asked Gervonta about. He answered all of the questions. It didn't matter if they asked him about Inoue, a fighter who was 3 divisions below Gervonta. Guess what? Gervonta said, I like that fight. But when it came to the Devin Haney fight, that's not what Gervonta said. Gervonta didn't say, oh yeah, I like that fight though. Absolutely not. He completely shut down the Devin Haney question and didn't want to talk about it, which that's a bad look. And I truly believe that's the reason behind Gervonta shutting down the Inoue fight, because how is Tank gonna entertain an Inoue fight who is 3 divisions below him and say, I like that fight? But on that same interview, Gervonta wouldn't answer any Devin Haney questions, who was undisputed at that time in Gervonta's own division. A lot of people caught up to that and started questioning Gervonta for doing that. Fighters actually prefer to talk about fighters that they are gonna fight in the near future instead of fighters that they are not gonna fight. The reason why is self-explanatory. In order to promote the fight, you never see Gervonta refuse to answer any Ryan Garcia questions before he fought Ryan. But clearly when it came to Devin Haney, Tank had a different energy. He's not thinking about promoting the fight and building the fight between him and Devin, which makes 0 sense if Gervonta had any plans of fighting Devin Haney anytime soon. Can you imagine if Hearns in his prime was asked about Sugar Ray Leonard and Hearns just completely shut the question down where he said on to the next? Can you imagine Joe Frazier being asked about Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier says on to the next? I don't want to hear no Muhammad Ali questions. Can you imagine Muhammad Ali himself being asked about fighting Sonny Liston or being asked about George Foreman, Joe Frazier, so on and so forth, and Muhammad Ali refuses to answer the question, where he shuts the question down? How would they look? Well, that's exactly how Gervonta looked, ignoring his number 1 rival that was undisputed in his own division at that time. Which, due to all of the above, I truly believe that's the reason behind Gervonta coming out completely shutting down the Inoue fight. Because he's receiving them comments of people questioning, why is Tank entertaining fighting Inoue, who is 3 divisions below him? However, he's not entertaining fighting Devin Haney, who's only one division above him at the moment in time, especially when Gervonta already moved up to 140 to fight Mario Barrios, a fighter who's actually physically bigger than Devin Haney. Mario Barrios is the interim champion at 147 at the moment in time. He just beat Ugas. Better yet, out of Devin Haney and Gervonta, Gervonta is the only one that missed weight at 135, not Devin Haney. So if anybody is a weight bully, according to you guys, it's Gervonta who missed the weight at 135. You can say whatever you want to say about Devin Haney, but Devin Haney always made weight at 135. Therefore, Gervonta has no reason not to fight Devin Haney at 140. Which, credit to Gervonta Davis, he came out shutting down the Inoue fight. At the same time, he told REHYDRATION that he's going to fight Devin Haney at 140 pounds without any rehydration clause. This is what Gervonta told his number one homie, REHYDRATION. Tank Davis will be moving up to 140 pounds to fight Devin Haney. That is official. So you got to give credit where credit is due, and we all know when Gervonta is for real, he is not for play. Therefore, to all of the fans out there that's always making excuses to why Gervonta is not going to fight Devin Haney because of the weight, this, that, and the third, well, Gervonta already debunked all of you guys' excuses. So you guys need to stop pushing for Gervonta to fight Inoue, who's 3 divisions below him, and push for Gervonta versus Devin Haney, the biggest fight in boxing, where the winner is going to end up becoming the face of the sport and the king of the sport, pound for pound number 1 and the number 1 money man. With the facts being laid out, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It might sound crazy, but you brought up Inoue. Like, do you foresee potentially at some day you guys meeting together, maybe at a catchweight, or maybe if he keeps going up in weight?
Probably.
Yeah.
That would be like a fun fight.
Be crazy.
Yeah, that would be a fun fight. Now that would be technical. That fight right there, like me and him. But I think I'll be too big for him.
Probably, yeah, because he's
I'll be too
22.
big for
Yeah.
him. But that fight would be like.
It's like a dream fight.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have a prediction for?
I like that fight.
Yeah.
Sorry. Do you have a prediction for the Josh Taylor Teofimo Lopez fight?
I never really watched Josh Taylor, so I don't even know.
You guys had that back and forth on Twitter a couple years ago.
Yeah, but I watched little clips and I seen little clips, like, but
You didn't see anything
I
special?
never seen him. I ain't never, like, on them clips, I never be like, oh, that's Josh Taylor. Like, I gotta watch out for him.
Well, speaking of the fighters, who you think will win between Devin Haney and Lomachenko?
Next question.
Tank, I know you see yourself as the guy in the division, but for the fight fans out there, you sparred Devin and Shakur, and people want to see them fight each other over on Top Rank. Who do you think is the better fighter between those two, from being in the ring with them?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I ain't really too big on keep talking about these guys.
Well, because I know you're an explosive guy, and those guys are more technical. So you don't feel either one is better than the other.
Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia.
My man.
Tank, it's the biggest fight of our era, maybe biggest fight of the decade. It's massive.
Do you think he'll go to 140 to make the fight happen, or catch weight?
He said it 100 times. He said it to me 100 times. He'll fight Devin Haney, no rehydration clause. And that's what he said to me.
But what's
he'll fight Devin Haney, no.
I'm confused because what's the difference? I mean, I see Haney has more skills than Ryan, but Ryan got hit with the hydration clause.
I don't know. Maybe at that time, Tank never seen Ryan in person. Probably thought Ryan was a real big dude. He probably, we don't know. Tank never met Ryan. He probably thought Ryan was a big dude. He probably wanted to make it at an even playing field. Ryan wasn't a champion at 140 at that time. Ryan was still a 135 pounder. Technically, he was still ranked everything at 135. So I feel like Tank, when that fight, of him and Ryan fighting, the idea for Tank was always for it to be at 135. I feel like now Devin is vocal about it. Tank is realizing like this fight it has to be at 140 if I want to. I feel like Tank is a fighter. He'll have if he is who I believe he is, he's gonna go to 140. He's gonna get the job done.
We already ready to go to 40, bro. We already ready to go to 40, bro.
Would you be open to fighting Devin Haney in 2023?
Of course he'd be open to fighting Devin Haney. Come on. You're not come on.
He's a WBA regular champion, so you know if he wanted that fight.
Bro.
You know how it goes.
You know how people come out and say they want to fight somebody. I mean, they say, all right, I'll fight them. Them guys are sitting there on Twitter and y'all run with it. Y'all, if they mean it, send a contract. Do that. Send a contract. You want to fight, set it up. You know, you could get them right. You could get in touch with them, right? If you want to fight, just set it up after the Ryan fight. And that's what it is. And that's what tell to Devin and his dad. That's what I said. That's what I said. Just tell them that be prepared. Make sure they keep running.
They're gonna
make sure they keep running because after these first two, oh man, I'm coming straight at. I'm telling you.